true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you, Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. The Director of Radio Biafra. And the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra. MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The evening broadcast, live, and direct, on the 9th day of April, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org, to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say
Good evening, wonderful people. Great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, we welcome you to today's edition, this very evening's presentation of Radio Biafra live transmission on this very day. Today is the 9th day of April in the year of our Lord 2015. It does not matter where you are, as we always say here on this very noble platform, we welcome you. There are those of you listening via CHK 97.6 Biafra FM. There are some of you also listening via satellite, and very many of you listening all over the world via www.radiobiafra.co. Some of you are listening via www.rblworld.tv. If you cannot get it on any of those platforms, please go to ipob.org, which is .org, or indigenouspeopleofbiafra.org as well. We happen to be on radioforest.net, on tuning.com. Wherever you go to, you will be able to find us. We are live, we are direct, and the whole of the world is listening. Humanity is listening to us, and we welcome each and every one of you. Therefore, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. Our people in the far eastern part of the world, we welcome them wholeheartedly and with open arms, because they are facing very, very deplorable and appalling conditions where they are in the far eastern part of the world, which is why we need to build Biafra as quickly as possible to facilitate their history return back to the land of their ancestors, that they may live like human beings, that they may receive medical treatment like other people, not to be abandoned on a trolley to die because they are from Nigeria, this very damnable, hopeless place where nothing works. The worst place ever to be. The worst tag you can ever have is to say that you're a Nigerian. This evening will be no different from any other gospel we preach here on this very platform. We will present our news headlines and accompanying news summary, after which our lines will open, and then you will be at liberty to call us. And when you do so, we will gladly and graciously take your call. Therefore, tell your friends and your neighbors, inform them that we are all over the world. Sometimes the preponderance of those calling from areas saturated with CHK coverage tends to distort or sometimes present a false picture of our global presence. We are all over the world. The fact that those of them who are abroad are struggling to get through does not mean that our global presence and significance is in any way, shape, or form diminished. It has not been diminished and can never ever diminish. Instead, we are growing exponentially. We are making it possible for this very gospel to be heard all over the world, and this evening will not and can never be an exception to that very rule. Therefore, tell your friends and your neighbors. If you are on Facebook, tell your friends you are listening to Radio Biafra. Tell them how you happen to be listening to Radio Biafra, and encourage them to do the same if they are able or capable of doing so. Once again, if you are within hearing distance of CHK 97.6, please invite your friends, especially the family in Aba that made it a point of duty to amplify this very message, put it on a loudspeaker and put it out on their street. We thank them for their magnificent work, and we pray that others may be able to emulate them as well. Of course, having cognizance or recognizing the excesses or what noise pollution can cause to other people, please. It's very, very important. We respect people's privacy in that very process. We must also be very, very conscious of the fact that we are not just our brother's keeper, but those that look out for them. If you get into any difficulty as a family member of IPOB, we will never, ever abandon you. Never, ever, ever. N'ihi na ọnụrụ ube nwanne ekwesịghị ịgba ọsọ. We never ever run away from the truth. And it's a very good thing this evening that after all said and done, after all the grumbling, the reluctant acceptance of the very fact that we are messed up as a people, I mean the Igbo speaking part of Biafra, grudgingly, I would say, some of you are waking up from your slumber. And the very principal headline today is an indication that we are winning this very battle. The battle of ideas. We have won it more or less. And then this evening, people are speaking as if they are human beings once again. They are about to make us return our faith in Igbo people. We are about to see what some of them, just some of them, please, I hasten to add, very few of them. We will see what they're trying to say this very evening and then be able to take this very effort forward, because once again, we ask you, if you don't have IPOB family where you are, I encourage those around you. Even encourage yourself. All of you should get together and join IPOB family nearest to you. If there is none, it's only you, your wife, or you and your husband, and all of you in the family can start family meeting there and then. And then others can join later. We are here to preach this very gospel, which we have been doing for very, very many years now. The message is unmistakably Biafra. As I told you, this evening is something, isn't it? Biafra. Something we are not going to shy away from. Something we are not going to, I don't know, I can't understand how people think that somehow we are going to maybe retreat or surrender. I just can't understand it. Why people will think that somehow, somewhere along the line, we stop what we are doing. It is inconceivable. We can never stop. Why can't we stop? Because Chukwu Abiyama asked us to come. That is why we are here, and that is why we will do this work until its logical and predictable conclusion that will herald the coming of a free sovereign entity, independent of the meddling of our Fulani, independent of the treacherous and duplicitous intent of the Yoruba, independent of any other shenanigans capable of further reducing our integrity, reducing our honor, and consigning us to the irrelevant pages of history. That we will not countenance. Impossible to countenance. We can't have it. Here we call upon the grace of heaven. Here we make sure that we do everything right. And because we are in the presence of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama, because we are propagating this very gospel from the temple that he ordained, we will beckon upon him. We will call upon his magnificence, his grace, his abiding mercy to come and be with us, not just now, but forever. Because what we are doing is only going to bring honor and praise to his holy name. We are bringing his children closer to him, that they may know that Chukwu Okike creation is the only name worthy of praise. Every other thing is idolatry. Here we worship Chukwu Abiyama in truth and in every honesty, that he, the Most High, can be merciful unto his children, that his mercy may endure in our lives, and ultimately Biafra will come, not just come like any other decrepit, useless, backward country in Africa, but as a very vibrant, progressive country, full of light, full of intelligence, full of people that can make things happen, full of those of them who will seek to restore their lost honor and glory, that in the end of all this whole process, every honor and glory will belong to Chukwu Abiyama now and forever. You say, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very world. Wherever you have a family meeting, wherever people are congregating in truth and honesty, not just for the evangelization or propagation of this very gospel, but those who gather, that this very effort we are making may bear fruit. And that fruit will be the fruit of freedom, of liberty, of conscience. That is what we are fighting for. We are not fighting to replicate any other hopeless, useless black country in Africa. All of them are useless, bar none. Botswana is making a bit of a change. Mozambique was doing very well before the floods came, I think in 2006 or thereabout. Apart from that, there is nothing to write home about in this part of the world. People are mere monkeys and baboons, incapable, or should I say, infinitely incapable of reason. And reason is key. The only distinguishing factor between you and the nearest chimpanzee is your ability to reason, which means, in essence, to articulate complex solutions out of every day-to-day problem that you encounter. Your ability to use your brain to think of a solution to every problem that you come across. That was how science sprung up, technology, advancement, everything. It is in quest, in search of solving problems. Everything you do in this life is to support the well-being of a human being. Be it satellite in space, be it destructive armaments of war. Everything is designed to serve the needs of man. I said everything. Everything you see around you sprung up as a result of the need to serve what it takes to sustain a human being. Your car, your house, your clothing, even for women, their makeup, their nails, everything. Everything in life you see is equals to serving the need of man. That is what makes you a human being and civilized. When you have a problem, you think of a way out of it. You apply it. It can be in science, it can be in technology, it can be in religion, anything at all. It can be in academia. It doesn't matter. Once you apply them, you are then becoming, or to be regarded, or could be regarded as a human being. Apart from that, you're a mere monkey. Here we speak the truth. And because of that, we make sure that these families all over the world congregate around this very simple and irreducible phenomenon. It's a concept. In some cases, even an ideology. To be beholden to truth. Don't allow it to drop, because truth is what will set you free. As we are now setting people free, especially those of them in the Biafran families known as IPOBs, Indigenous people of Biafra, all over this very planet. I also command all their forces everywhere they can find themselves. In the same token, the director of RadioBiafra, by the very special grace of heaven, I will this very evening, as I was yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and will be so tomorrow, onwards until Biafra comes and beyond. A faithful, loyal, obedient, incorruptible servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Incorruptible is the word. Incorruptibility. That Chukwu Abiyama may find favor with us and bless us immensely, which will culminate in the coming of his kingdom upon the face of the earth, as was prayed for by Yahweh Yeshua. And is paraphrased every blessed day of our lives. Let thy kingdom come, so that your will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. That very country, that very kingdom, that very nation is an independent sovereign republic of Biafra, founded on that truth and honesty. A place for what I'll call an exemplary equality, where we don't care where you come from. You can come from Nembe. You decide to contest to become the senator for Enugu. Nobody will ask you where you come from because you're a Biafran. You can go to anywhere and contest anywhere. If your policies are good, we'll vote for you. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. Even asylum seekers can come to Biafra land. If they're very good, we use them. If you're a very good politician, you're in Biafra land, we vote for you. You go and serve us. We are going to be civilized. Very, very civilized, trust me. We have been studying for that, so it wouldn't be difficult for us to try and implement it. I welcome you once again, wherever you are. Your friends, your family, I am sure you have adequately notified them. I presume in the next half an hour or so, the barrister will be able to join us. But right now, this very second, wherever you are, we must welcome you. This is Radio Biafra. Our lines will open later on. When it opens up, I will give you the number to call. I will not frustrate some people by giving out numbers now because they begin to call and they never stop calling until after the program. Please, I ask you, I will plead with you to refrain from contacting us until our lines are officially opened. Once again, I welcome you. Once again, this is Radio Biafra. Once again, this is the station that you support, that you pay for. All of you supporting, we can see all the evidence. We see it because once you instruct your brother or your sister here to support as the ones in South Africa, we know. It shows there. We are very grateful to all of you that support. And to those, if you have not supported, you must do so. Not once. You have to keep providing support on a consistent and regular basis. We don't want to equip an army. When they finish firing the first magazine, you ask them, oh, but we don't have another one. No, they will have to keep firing until the enemies of this very country, Biafra, is subdued. I will now proceed to present our news headlines and accompanying news summary. I don't know if they're joking. I don't know if they're serious. But we are going to attempt to present it by taking this very news on its face value. And if that is the case, I can only say hallelujah. I don't know if it is correct or not, but I'm praying and I'm hoping that this is correct news that I'm reading to you this very evening. Because here we do not present falsehood. There is no propaganda. Here we give you all the facts. That is why we ask you to go and bring a pen and a paper. When you bring your pen and your paper, you see what we are presenting. Then you will know there's a difference. That this is the finest radio station in the whole world. Maybe you didn't hear me very well. I'll repeat what I said. Radio Biafra is the finest, most thought-provoking and compelling radio station on this planet. Compulsive listenership. When people don't listen to Radio Biafra, they fall sick. Oh yeah, matwa. And you're ill. When you listen to Radio Biafra, you are healed. Just by listening to Radio Biafra. All your lie. Because Chukwu Abiyama is here. And our gospel is the truth. Sometimes people underestimate what the truth can do for them. Did our ancestors not say that truth is life? Why won't you get healed if you listen to Radio Biafra? Our ancestors were the finest political scientists ever in the whole world. They structured Biafra land in such a way that conquest will be impossible. Biafra land was structured in such a way that for you to rise up and go and conquer even your mother's village is near impossible. Impossible. They were forward thinkers. The autonomous community you're answering today has been in our blood from time immemorial. We have freedom and independence. Is as you're born, you're a freedom fighter, natural one. Natural freedom fighter. Not fake. Natural freedom fighter. That is why when you grow up in your father's house, you take your wife and your children, you go to a thick forest, you open it up. You found a village there because you don't want problem. You want to be on your own. That is why I tell you categorically, anybody answering an Igbo name, answering a Biafran name, be it a Fig, be it a Bibio, Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, be it his own, and you say you don't want Biafra, I can assure you, your blood is not correct. It's mixed up somewhere. Go and check, you will see that I'm right. Some have tried in the past. They have become convinced that we are right. If you are hostile towards Biafra for no good measure or reason, then you have a massive problem. Go and check very well. Go and check very, very well. It will become very clear and apparent to you. I'm going to present this news headline. It's correct news. But I don't know if they can sustain it. That is the problem. If it is what we are seeing it to be, that means that we have won the argument. Because I told you before that in the end we win. Always. Radio Biafra IPOB. If you are struggling against us, you are trying to test defeat and failure. Because in the end, we always win. That is one outcome that you can bet on. If you're a gambling person. That in the end we win. We came out with a very simple, logical argument. That if you don't defend yourselves, Awusa Fulani will kill you. And nobody will take you seriously. Now, at last, I hope it is true. My fingers are crossed. Oh, my to teach Hako Eliwako man and Igbo. Oba's statement is a threat to our safety. We must protect ourselves. Ndibo. Hey, hallelujah. Hey, we must protect ourselves. Hey, Bikono, good morning. Oh, now you know you must. So you think before if Boko Haram is killing you, you are there going through chaplet, you'll be saved? Or you are doing a Kelem Maria and a Bugabuna Maria, you think you'll be saved? Now they know. It is up to you to protect yourself. Obama will not do it for you. The entire Christendom around the whole world. It's only yesterday Italy said wherever they're killing Christians now, they consider going in. But Obama won't let them anyway. Not as long as Obama is in power. It's impossible. Islam will be on the rise. Oh, let me read it again to see if it is correct. Threat to our safety. The Oba statement. Threat to our safety. We must. That is the word. Protect ourselves. Big hallelujah. Hey. Oh, they're not talking like men. If at all they can back it up with bullets and rifles. We need AK-47. We need assault rifles. We need Brownings of this world. We need everything we can muster. The deadliest assault weapons, we need it. I say it openly. Why do we need it? I need to protect my country from Islamic invasion that is coming. Or that's come already anyway. If we don't protect ourselves, who on earth is going to protect you? I ask you. Who will protect you? Please don't tell me to go and read the book of Nehemiah. I'm asking you who will protect you. No, why? We're going to work in this world. Oba of Lagos shuts down Igbo shops in Idumota, orders them to Ambode's campaign. The same Oba, I touched upon it the other day, but now they've been able to give us the fuller picture. The same Oba that made it possible for. So without this Oba speaking, Igbo people, or not Igbo speaking people of Biafra, you won't know that you need to protect yourselves without Yoruba man insulting you in Lagos. That is what it means to have foresight and vision. We have never changed. Our stance, we have never changed. And the CHK in Owerri is not working, but we know by tomorrow, definitely by tomorrow, CHK will come back in Owerri. So we can stop all of you there from going out to vote. We don't want to Korocha, and we are close to Douglas House, the seat of Mbakwe. Never. You know, some of you, you don't have any decency. Some of you don't have respect for Mbakwe. But I do. I revere him. Mbakwe. Reverence for his accomplishments and his love for his people. Dr. Michael Okpara, the same thing. You see those two people? I don't play with them. Dr. Michael Okpara, Sam Mbakwe, I don't joke with those two. Honestly, I don't play with them. And of course, the great Moses of our time, Dem Chukwuemeka or Demego Juku. The man that saw tomorrow. The man that pointed us towards the promised land and then departed. It is the responsibility of this generation to break into it. And that is exactly what we are going to do. It doesn't matter what darkness does. It doesn't matter what people do is irrelevant. Biafra is coming. As Yunanya will say, Oba of Lagos orders Igbo slaves to go to campaign. Today is, I have two pieces of news here which I love very much. And it will require a very high degree of intellect, understanding, and critical analysis for our people to appreciate the magnitude of this very news. The statue of Cecil Rhodes have been removed in Cape Town as the crowd celebrates. You don't know who Cecil Rhodes? He's an Englishman. He's the one that conquered all the way from Zimbabwe into South Africa. Remember that Zimbabwe was once called Southern Rhodesia. They named it after him. Of course, Barrister will come back and say, I told you so, but no, he's a dictator. As soon as Mugabe got into power, he said to the white man, you are mad. We are not going to answer the name you gave us. Our name is Zimbabwe, not Rhodesia. But I'm sure if the same thing we are to obtain in West Africa, especially in the zoo, today you'll be answering Rhodesia. After all, we have Port Harcourt. Igbo is now called Port Harcourt. Oh. I think when I lament, people say stop lamenting and get on with this work. So I'm not going to lament. I'll get on with it. It was called Southern Rhodesia. Who is Cecil Rhodes? He is a very, very evil. No, I can't use the word evil. This man is awful. His hatred for black people was legendary. He slaughtered black people. Do you know his statue has been in South Africa all these years? Today they pulled it down in Cape Town and people were cheering. But do you know there are streets around here called Lugard Street? Do you know that despite or in spite of all the atrocities committed by Murtala Mohammed, there is a park in Enugu called Murtala Park, Bisala Road, Lugard Street. Now, it is my belief, I'm only trying to posit this very hypothesis. You are at liberty to disagree with me if you wish. The only reason why South Africans are able to do this is because there are white people within them. It's a very controversial statement to me, but it's true. The only reason why South Africans can rise up and say we are pulling down this edifice of colonialism is because they are learning from the whites around them. Because when Ceausescu fell, they destroyed everything about him. Even Lenin, that founded communism in Russia. When it was found out that communism was evil, they destroyed everything. The same thing with Mengistu Haile Mariam in Ethiopia. But here, I think there's a stadium called Sani Abacha Stadium in Kanu. Now, the reason why I said you require a high level of intellect to understand the magnitude of this very news is this. Why is it that people in South Africa can tear down the edifice of colonialism and apartheid and slavery, whereas people in a place called Nigeria cannot in the zoo? Ask yourself that question. Why are you answering Nigeria? Zimbabwe was called Southern Rhodesia. They changed it to their name, Zimbabwe, which is African, quintessentially African. How about Nigeria? Nigeria, they call it. A nigger area where niggers come from. That's the meaning of Niger. Do you know that? Do you know that's the meaning of Niger? That Niger is in English, Niger in French, nigger in Latin. Are you aware of that? Nigger. I want you to go to and call a reasonable black person nigger in Britain, you go to jail. If you call a black man nigger in England, you will be imprisoned. But the same England came here and named everybody nigger. That comes from the nigger area, which is Nigeria. Do you follow what I'm saying? The name has some kind of derogatory connotation. It means nothing in Igbo, in Efik, in Ibibio. The name Nigeria you cannot find in your local language. It came from abroad. You are not the only people that they gave a name to. Those who are reasonable, those with pride, said, I will not answer a name given to me by Europeans. I will answer my name. Then what is the meaning of your name? It is River Niger. No, it's a nigger river. The river that flows through the continent of black people. Niggers. Nigger is Latin word. Latin. Niger is French. Naija is English. Now take your pick. I told you, if you come to Radio Biafra, be prepared to learn. This is the finest university on the planet. What you learn here, money cannot buy it. That is when I see people, when they stutter or they hesitate, should I support or not to support? I look at them as people who are, ungrateful. The amount of knowledge exhibited on Radio Biafra, which you vacuum up for free. All your years, throughout even your PhD. Oh, when you could say again there. Do you know the meaning of Nigeria, Niger, Niger? Do you know that? But this night you now know. French, Niger. English, Niger. Latin, Niger. That's your name. Nigeria. The area of niggers. So if you see each other, rather than say I'm a Nigerian, say you're a nigger. It's better for you that way. I mean, it sounds a bit, black people in America, they have this penchant for producing garbage out of the gutter. Like wearing your trousers around your knee. There is something quite vulgar about black culture in America. Very dirty and filthy. So you can see each other and say, yo, nigger. It's the same thing as saying, hello, Nigerian. Because you're a nigger. That's your name. The Zoological Republic. You will not be able to tear down the edifice of colonialism. After all, there is a place called Victoria Island, named after Queen Victoria, Her Britannic Majesty and Empress of India, under whose reign this damnable, hopeless, satanic creation called Nigeria was born. VI, I am going to VI, Hey, black people, black in this UG. You astonish me with your ignorance. Your ignorance is mine. If you put it in a can and like a tin fish and seal it up and say this is stupidity. 1, 2, 3, 4 ignorance. The people will buy it from you. There is one thing we have in abundance in black Africa. This ignorance. Victoria Island. In South Africa, they are destroying every reminder of colonialism and the subjugation of man against man. They are destroying it. You're extolling the virtues of colonialism by proudly answering names you ought not to answer to. What does that make you? It makes you a monkey or a baboon or a nigger for that matter. If you don't learn when listening to Radio Biafra, you will never learn anything in your whole life, because here we break it down to pieces. We do news like no other. This is our special, unique style. Develop the Biafran way. We don't copy. We do our own. Also. Our newspaper is coming at this for free. All of you are going to fund it. 10,000 naira in a week. All of you, because your families will receive free newspapers. Free with education. Do you know that the finest things in life are free? Now you know. By the time we start to publish and to distribute our newspapers, I'm talking about weeks, not months anymore, because everything is fine. The printing press is working. Everything is okay. Oh, my goodness. You will see that people will not read another paper. Nobody will read. No, never. You wouldn't understand how serious we are. We are coming gradually. I said we will swallow the zoo as we are when I deal with my enemies. That is a way I destroy them. I swallow them alive. They'll be breathing. And when they get into the stomach, they suffocate and they die. In other words, they think they can struggle and escape. No, but there's no escape. The more you struggle, the more you are being swallowed alive. You cannot do anything about it. Nothing. That is the approach I'm using against Ifeanyi Wazirike. I want him to see his downfall coming, but he'll be powerless to do anything about it. That's why I haven't killed him yet. Tomorrow morning. I want him to see his lies unraveling one after before his eyes. He'll be paralyzed. That is how I fight. I don't eliminate people. We overwhelm you with truth, facts, and evidence. Eventually you fall. They will tell you. That's what happened to them. They're alive, but almost dead. This is Radio Biafra. South Africa are destroying statues and reminders of colonialism. Here, baboons and monkeys are building skyscrapers to ignorance and subjugation. Less than 1% of baboons and monkeys travel by air in the zoo. Why is that? Because you are black and you are wicked. Everywhere else in the world is not by flying. That doesn't determine your class or your level. You see that white people are so intelligent. That's why I like them. I say the truth. I like the way they do things. They won't stop you from flying, but they have business class, they have first class, they have economy. So if you are of upper class, now you buy a first class ticket, that won't stop a poor person from also flying the same aeroplane. No? I don't know if you follow what I'm saying. There's even premium economy. If you feel you are a big person, you can go and go to where they'll be pampering you and giving you, attending to your needs, hot towel and everything. That same aeroplane will contain a palm wine tapper from the village. The only difference you will now know is that one is in first class, the other one is in business class, in premium economy, the rest are in economy class. But it doesn't stop you from flying. These are people, societies where they have the interest of the people at heart. Here, it's being reported this evening, less than 1% of baboons in the zoo travel by air. Why? I remember in those days when I used to fly within the zoo. Somebody said to me, this thing flying, I'm not too sure. I said, it's only you have your heart in your mouth for 1 hour, or you have your heart in your mouth for 6 hours, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10, depending on how. It's the same thing. The road is also frightening. You don't know what is going to happen. Nobody knows. He can't anymore what the accident. You can never tell. Nobody has ever driven before in the zoo. Go and try this experiment tomorrow. You cannot drive anywhere in the Zoological Republic for 1 hour without encountering a pothole. A very simple experiment. Do it tomorrow, you see. There is nowhere, especially in Biafra land, there is nowhere you can drive. People even be screaming, what is 1 hour? 15 seconds. It happened. Your tires will come off the car. People can only travel by air if they are super rich. For you to fly from Owerri to Lagos is the same thing as flying from Gatwick Airport to Athens in Greece. It's more expensive to travel for 45 minutes than for you to fly for 4 hours abroad. Even budget airlines, you can buy ticket for 5,000, equivalent of not 4,000 naira. Because for 15 pounds, sometimes they do sales of 10 pounds 99p for you to fly to Alicante, for instance, either on Ryanair or what's it called again? The other one, Ryanair and EasyJet. Those of you in the UK will know this. The price of EasyJet flight is the same thing as taking a taxi from Ikeja to, in fact, more than that, from Ikeja to Surulere. Why? Because you people are naturally born wicked. You are evil. So you don't know that if you open up the airlines and allow everybody to travel, the airports will expand. You grow the economy. No, but you went to school, yes? Did you say you went to school? Mr. Minister. You compel the airlines and you find them. Flight from Enugu to, say, the Heart of Darkness should not cost you anything more than 9,000 naira. And they'll still make profit. The aircraft will be full. It's called economies of scale. I learned it in class 3, Government College Omwai. Economies of scale. All of these things are not complex science. It's simple arithmetic. Is it better for you to carry people at 25,000 naira and you only carry 10 people, or do you carry people at 10,000 naira and carry over 1,000 in a day? Who makes more profit? Is it not Chineke? It's not common sense. Common sense. I learned this in class 3 economics. Class 3. It's called economies of scale. Rather than you park your aeroplane with only 3 people in it, charging 30 pounds, speaking with a very pathetic, wretched intonation. Some of them are annoying. You reduce the price, you do your marketing, and instead of you to have only 1 scheduled flight in a day, you can have 10. People can move about because with communication, economy grows. Don't you know that? Anyway, I'm not sure you will. You are monkeys and baboons from Africa. What do you know? Less than 1% of the monkeys and baboons here fly by air. Because I remember, was it Tanko Ayuba that said, a very wretched Awasa man that said, when they asked him how about telephone, he said, telephone is not meant for poor people. It's Tanko Ayuba, I think. Is it? It's Tanko Ayuba, isn't it? Amazing. Welcome to the damnable. Welcome to the ridiculous. Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Where you are better off electing a monkey. If you go to the you vote for Enwe. You say this one is APC monkey. This one is PDP baboon. You are better off than electing the idiots you have now. That is why we are calling for a total boycott. And if you claim you are going to vote, why don't you call Radio Biafra and challenge us and say, okay, why are you asking for no vote? Who will tell you why? Maybe it's because of the no vote. That is why some people will have the spine or the courage, calling themselves Igbo, to come out and actually speak for the very first time to say we should defend ourselves. And what do you defend yourself with? Is it with chaplet or holy water, or are you going to use guns and bullets? I know which one I prefer. Companies discover, in fact, a firm have now discovered 100 billion barrels of oil in London Gatwick area. The oil price is about to fall even further. England, they have discovered 100 billion barrels of oil in the Gatwick area. Wow. Those with properties around there, is boom time. In fact, all that area, coming into Croydon, I can tell you, property prices there will go up astronomically. Astronomically. They have discovered oil in Gatwick area. But people may say no, they don't want it to be tapped into. That's the way they are. They are environmentalists. They don't want you to spoil. It does. If you like, bring them gold. An average English person don't give a toss. They don't care. They say, take all your money and go. At least, oh my goodness. I'm not saying that everything they do is nice. Of course, I castigate them here when they do get it wrong. But in the main, I can tell you that they have a mind of their own. Obama calls for an end to gay conversion therapies. In other words, if you have a child who is a boy and thinking is a girl by stealing the mother's lipstick, and the family feels like saying to the boy, "Bet you're a boy, you're playing football and not wearing lipstick and makeup." Obama is saying it is wrong. You should encourage the boy to be a girl. Obama. He calls for an end to gay conversion therapies. Families are because people are turning into gays according to his untested science, of course, because of the levels of estrogen in the water supply system all over the developed world. Because the water you drink is recycled all the time. So it contains estrogen. It's even been found in animals as well that males are beginning to behave like female in most instances. Because of that, some of these kids now raised abroad, nobody knows who is a man or who is a woman anymore. Anyway, after all, women marry men abroad, don't they? If you mess up one, you immediately. Outside one time. So no wonder that men are turning into women. Because that's the only way to get power anyway. A slight digression, I hasten to add. But we continue. APC will turn the zoo into a one-party state as if you never knew that before they bring in Sharia. Very soon they'll be calling you to prayer. They're now calling you to prayer on NTA. Is it channel 8 or channel 10 and nowhere? NTA channel 10 nowhere. Call to Islamic prayer. Very soon you hear them shouting along Amajeko to call for prayer. Al-Hajj is calling you, or Malam. COP members, or COP, I don't know what they call them. COP, youth coppers, I should say, and 3 others die on Yola Gombe Road. Mad people. I've never seen such rubbish before. ISIS have now hacked into French television. ISIS is on the prowl everywhere. France is their soft underbelly. Anytime Islam wants to strike, they head to France. Very porous. They strike all the time in France. Police killed more black Americans last year than the terrorists did on 9/11. And Obama is the president. Obama is the president of America. The sooner that man gets out of office, the better for everybody. Fayoshe's wife condemns dumping of babies on refuse heaps. This is Africa. People are very wicked. They are very evil. They are very poor. They dump babies. And talking about babies, a nanny have now run away with 3 kids. After 1 day of employment, is a very harrowing, is a very distressing news actually, for a family to come back from work and their 3 children gone, never to be seen again. Why? Because they employed a nanny. They've been watching too many American films, nanny. I have nanny. And if you go to work, you say, "Oh, my nanny." My goodness me. What happened to your relatives in the village? You are employing nanny. Oh God. I feel sad for the 3 beautiful kids I'm looking at here. I don't like this type of thing. I just don't like it. Putting children in distress. I hate to see children suffer. When I see a child carrying something to sell, if you see how angry I boil inside me. I boil. In those days when I come back to visit Biafra land, days before Chukwuabiama asked us to come to do this work, I will give them money. But I found out that how many will you give? How many will you not give? The solution is Biafra. So that every child, your job as a child, when you're small, is to play, eat and sleep. Keep playing. That is your job because you're a baby. Keep playing. As you begin to grow up, you study and you play. You study and you play. That is your job. Not to be selling oranges, pears, coconut to feed your parents. That's not your job. That's not why you were born. You're a child. The meaning of child means play, fun. Go and play. That's your job. Biafra will make sure that, not to make sure, if you put tray on top of your child's head, we bring you out and put tray on your head, you'll be selling things on the road. That will be your prison sentence. Because nobody will starve in Biafra land. There will be universal welfare system. No, but there will be no homelessness, there will be no hunger. Those two things will be taken care of by the state. The news in greater detail, because the time now is approximately 1 minute to 9 p.m. here in Biafra land. We are live and we are direct. That is how you know we are live. Very soon, like now, it is 9 p.m. here. 9 p.m. in London, and exactly 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4, 5, it doesn't matter where you are. The clock now where you are is the top of the hour. That's how you know we are live. Top of the hour means it is the right, in fact, it's 9 o'clock here. That's all I can say. Then now the news in greater detail. The news is still here. I thought it had gone away, it had disappeared, but it's still here. So I will read it to you. Oh? There is a new group, you know, a new group. They are called the Igbo Lagos. They have expressed shock and surprise at the utterances made by the Oba of Lagos, Rilwan Akiolu, to Igbos in Lagos, saying that it should be treated with utmost concern. And I agree with. That's why I'm shocked. It should be treated with utmost concern, and I agree with them. Oba Akiolu, on the 5th of April 2005, when a group of honorary Ezes of Ndibo in Lagos paid him a visit, threatened them and the entire Igbos resident in Lagos that if they do not vote for Ambode and Akinwumi of the APC, they will die in the lagoon in 7 days. In a publication pushed out on Thursday, April 9, 2015, the Ndibo Lagos, which is a new group, but I like them already, if they're not looking for money, that is, which is the umbrella body of all Igbo organizations, called on all Igbos in Lagos to endeavor to protect their lives and properties by whatever means within the tenets of the law. And I love that too. They are talking sense, you know. The group said that the implications of the upper statements are grave and that the monkeys and the baboons they call them Nigerians, I call them monkeys and baboons. You must forgive me, please. That the monkeys and baboons and the world should take note. They said it was disgraceful and dangerous as pronouncements by the Oba are construed divine. Sorry, is being seen as divine-like. Is a local Yoruba deity talking. When an Oba is speaking, is a local juju talking. That's the way to see him. Pronouncements by the Oba are construed divine-like and attract unquestioned loyalty from the followership. They said that it was this kind of statements that led to the painful experience of the pogrom of 1966 and 1967, in which over 30,000 Igbo men, women, and children were massacred. They said it's 30,000. The figure was 300,000. Some have said it's more than that. Some of you listening this evening, younger than we are, don't know what happened between 66 and 67. That was when Awasa Fulani people, that was the start of the war. In your schools, they don't tell you this. I allowed a news to bring up this issue before I preach it on RadioBiafra. Today, this group of Igbo people in Lagos, I welcome what they have said, honestly speaking. I never quite believed that an Igbo group is capable of saying such a thing before. I never knew it's possible. Do you know what happened in 1966 and 67? Biafrans, not just Igbos, we are massacred in the Mohammedan Emirates of the North. They killed us all the way to Makurdi. In fact, even in Notrupo, they killed us as well. When the trains were coming back, they will stop the train, they will massacre as much as possible, and they will continue. But there was no massacre of Hausa people being returned to Hausa. Some of you have been wondering, Ojukwu declared war. Ojukwu is a warlord. And I look at them and I laugh at them. Warlord is a derogatory, derisory, insulting word to use to describe His Excellency. The Moses of our time. The man who stood up and proclaimed Biafra. They killed our people because Nzogwu carried out a coup. Nzogwu was an Igbo man from Okpanam. He loved Nigeria, like Nnamdi before. You know, Igbos, they always love other people. The politicians then in the zoo were so corrupt, like Okotiebo, too corrupt and flamboyant. Akintola, corrupt. Is it the Sadon of Sokoto? Worse than corruption. Awasa people. Why did Nzogwu carry, I'm sure, please forgive me, I'm digressing, but listen attentively to how the Biafran war started. Because most of you don't know. And we'll tell you. Nzogwu was studying at Sandhurst, which is the military college in Surrey, for where they train monkeys from Africa, and said, call them officers of army. This is pure rubbish. In Sandhurst in Surrey, Nzogwu was there with some Awasa people, including Gowon, in school. No, was it before Gowon set? I can't quite remember the set it was in. I want to get this. Yeah, it was the Gowon set. Of course it was. Yes. I'm not too sure. I need to verify that very fact. I've lost it now. It's been a while I read this very book. And the account of the war. The Sadwana, Sir Ahmadu Bello came to Sandhurst to address Nigerian students, supposedly. I was a man, typical. I want to tell you why I hate Nnamdi Azikiwe. When the Sadwana came to Sandhurst, this military college where everybody was, Sadwana was addressing them, and after a while, after speaking to all Nigerians, he didn't want to shake hands with the Igbo students there anyway, or the Igbo army officer, cadet, or trainees, whatever they call them. The Sadwana of Sokoto, I'm telling you now, the Sadwana then spoke in Hausa and said to the Hausa people there, the Hausa cadet officers there, that they should stay behind. He wants to have a private meeting with them, not in front of these people, infidels. He called them in Hausa language. He never knew that Nzogwu understood Hausa very well. Nzogwu then left with the group of people that was with him that was not of northern origin, not Islamic, and then vowed that very night that when he returns to the zoo, he will kill this man himself. That's why at least he said something and he did it. He said, I will kill this man myself when I return. So they came back and they planned the coup because there was corruption everywhere. But the problem they had was that Dr. Michael Okpara was not corrupt. So how can you kill him? Somebody who is not corrupt. So they killed Yoruba corrupt men. They killed Awasa corrupt men. But because Igbo people, they were not corrupt, they were working very hard in the civil service, trying to develop the place, having won independence very newly, there was nobody to kill. How can you kill Michael Okpara? It's not possible. They sent Koneloji, who is from Ikuano. What's the name of his village again? Koneloji. After the University of Agriculture, the next village on the right. Not Igbo. I'm something. Koneloji. He was living behind police station in Omoya. I went to Kelechi. My son was my classmate. The father was Koneloji. Sent to go and kill Dr. Michael Okpara. And unfortunately for everybody, Dr. Michael Okpara was marrying Koneloji's sister. So when he came, the sister asked him, there, have you come to kill my husband? That sort of thing. That execution did not take place. Okpara survived and came to England in the midst of two journalists. He left and came here and ran away. Then T.Y. Danjuma rallied round Awasa people. They were very upset. They said they have killed their people. How come Igbo people were not killed as well? But the most important thing was that the head of Muslims then, like the Sultan of Sokoto, Sir Ahmadu Bello could have been the Sultan of Sokoto, but because of his politics, he was in the zoo, very much politics then, they created a title for him, the Sadwana of Sokoto, not the Sultan, but the Sadwana. He was then based in Kaduna. I'm giving you facts of history. If you doubt me, come and refute what I'm telling you. Because of his politics, because his great-grandfather was Otman Donfodi. His great-great-grandfather was Otman. So he came from royal lineage. They were the family that conquered Awasa people. The man is well spoken. His English language is impeccable. His command of grammar is exceptional. Ahmadu Bello. For a Fulani man, his grasp of English was grade 1, top class. You need to hear Sadwana speak. After killing Sadwana, Awasa got upset. How can you kill the head of Islam and go scot-free? A scion of Fulani ruling class. Their hope and their joy. The only Fulani man who can speak English very well. Awasa said no. Oh my God. Oh my God, in 1966. Oh, goodness me. They slaughtered Igbo people. Who organized it? T.Y. Danjuma. Their counter coup, where they killed Igbo officers, killed Ironsi in Ibadan. And then, Ojukwu said to them, you have killed enough Igbo people in the army to avenge whatever thing that you said happened before. We agree. You have killed enough people. They said, no, we must keep killing. Our people ran back from the north. Listen carefully. Our people ran back from the north in 1966. Ojukwu, Nnamdi Azikiwe, told them that it has now calmed down. Everybody should go back. They went back to the north. And they slaughtered 67. It was in the face of that relentless slaughter that Ojukwu said enough is enough. If you cannot protect our lives and properties, we are declaring Biafra. That was how you declared Biafra. But you go to, Ojukwu declared war. Ojukwu should have accepted. Danjuma. Ojukwu should have accepted what? When you were slaughtering his people in hundreds of thousands. Look at the Hutus and the Tutsis in Rwanda. What happened? The world came to the rescue of the Tutsis and gave them power against the Hutu majority. Why? The same thing happened. The Tutsis killed a Hutu president, and the Hutus took up machetes and arms and went after Tutsis. And the world jumped in. But when Biafrans were being killed, Britain said nothing. America said nothing. Every Christian country they killed. Hey, they were happy, saying, oh, at last, let them kill all those people from Biafra. We don't want them to rise up. That was why Ojukwu declared Biafra. Anybody telling you otherwise is talking pure piffle. The death of our people was the reason why Ojukwu declared Biafra. And today, these people in Lagos are reminding everybody that the same thing this Oba did was what T.Y. Danjuma did. That led to the death of millions of people. Theophilus Danjuma, a Christian. Yakubu Gowon, a Christian. But when Murtala Muhammad came in, they were not happy with that or satisfied. Haruna and Murtala Muhammad came to Asaba and lined up men, and we are shooting them dead. Asaba pogrom. My God in heaven. Every male child was slaughtered in Asaba by Murtala Muhammad. Today he has a park in Enugu, Murtala Muhammad Park. What do you know? Do you know history? Of course you don't. That is why people wallow in ignorance, due to lack of knowledge. I'm happy with this Igbo group. I'm very, very happy with them. They have done something that Ohaneze is not capable of doing. They should replace Ohaneze now. This very group, whoever they are, they should replace Ohaneze because they have spoken like men. Not like a money-hungry, sick, old geriatrics. Oba of Lagos shuts down Igbo shops in Idumota, orders them to Ambode's campaign. Hundreds of shop owners were stopped a few days ago and forced to shut their shops down at the Idumota market because the Oba wants them to attend Ambode's campaign rally. Welcome to free and fair elections in the zoo. One of the traders is in an SMS message to reporters said, we arrived at Idumota market in our shops as early as 8 a.m. Shortly after, some thugs came. We arrived at Idumota market to our shops as early as 8 a.m. Shortly afterwards, some thugs came, ordering us to shut our shops at the orders of Oba Akiolu. They gave us 10 minutes to hurriedly close the shops and join the waiting vehicles parked in front of his palace and heading to Urile, venue of Ambode's campaign led by President-elect General Muhammadu Buhari. Some of the Igbo traders who deal on pharmaceutical products in the market said when they arrived at the market, some messengers informed them that Oba Akiolu ordered everyone to close shop and join buses numbering over 100. One of the dealers said, we were all shocked at what happened today in Idumota market. When we got to the market, we were caught unawares by a purported order from the Oba of Lagos directing all traders to close shop and join a bus heading to Ambode's campaign. We were shocked by this directive, because we were never informed the previous day about this directive. More worrisome is the fact that I lost millions of naira because of this self-serving coercion by the Oba. He was interested in his millions. He lost. But if you don't obey, they burn your shops down overnight. We continue. This is Radio Biafra. The time now is 14 minutes past 9 p.m. here in Biafra land. The statue of Cecil Rhodes removed in Cape Town. These are those that brought to Christianity as they were killing you. Do you know how many people that Christians killed when they came here? No, I don't think you know. Do you know? No, I don't think so. They slaughtered millions of you. South Africa University of Cape Town has removed a statue of a British man. He was a conqueror and a colonialist. His name is Sir Cecil Rhodes. This very statue has become the focus of protests. The monument taken down in front of cheering protesters will be stored for safekeeping, according to the council, the University of Cape Town. Students have been campaigning for the removal of the statue of the 19th century figure unveiled in 1934. Other monuments to colonial era leaders have also been target of protests in South Africa. The BBC's Mohammed Ali told Focus on Africa that there was a festive atmosphere as students, academics, members of political parties and ordinary Cape Town residents came to witness a historic moment for South Africa when the statue of the colonizing Cecil Rhodes was brought down. In South Africa, they destroyed their statue. In the zoo, you honor them. I live in VI. You don't know that VI was named after Queen Victoria, under whose reign Lugard and the Harlot came here to found the zoo. Some of these things you don't know, but we are here to tell you. You are busy posing with VI. I live at VI. My visitors are, baboons and monkeys. What do you know? In South Africa, where there are men, where women reason, they said everything after colonialism, we destroy it here. But you're something you pose with. I mean, VI. Your brains are sometimes, I wonder. Less than 1% of the baboons and monkeys in the zoo travel by air, according to Onyema. Mr. Alan Onyema is chairman and chief executive of one of the zoo's youngest airlines, Air Peace. He's the typical one Nigerian. Our man gave him money to start Air Peace. Do you know that? Can't then our boy, big time. It's for me here. Can't then our boy 24/7. Air Peace. At least I like his industry. The money Awasa gave to him, he's making good use of it. He's running an airline. The money that Awasa gave to him, he's making good use of it. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct and heaven is watching. He is the owner or not, they said he's the owner, but it's like Sosoliso. Do you know who they were rumoring then owns Sosoliso? Ikwemesi. It's not his own. It's a front for an Hausa man. We speak the truth. If you don't like it, tough. It's the truth. Simple and short. An oil exploration firm said on Thursday that it had discovered that there were 100 billion barrels of oil in the ground next to Gatwick Airport outside London. Although only between 3 and 15% of the total is likely to be extractable, UK Oil and Gas Investments said the Horse Hill well in Surrey, Southwest England, was a world-class potential resource. We think we found a very significant discovery here, probably the largest onshore in the UK in the last 30 years. And we think it has national significance, according to Stephen Sanderson, the firm's chief executive, what he told the BBC. They have now discovered oil inland in Surrey, in England. Obama says, don't try to convert gays to be who they were born to be. Leave them. A boy can turn to a girl can turn to an animal. It doesn't matter. According to President Obama. U.S. President Barack Obama has condemned psychiatric therapies designed to repair gay, lesbian, and transgender youths. Mr. Obama's statement was in response to an online petition calling for a ban on the conversion therapies. It gained over 120,000 signatures in 3 months. The petition was inspired by Leela Alcon, a 17-year-old transgender youth who committed suicide in December. Do you know what is transgender? You were born as Okechukwu Nwari. After going out and coming back and seeing a doctor, he said, now come in Kiru. Hey, Okechukwu na says in Kiru. That's exactly what is happening. They don't know if they are male or if they are female. Anyway, it's individual choice. You can do anything you like with yourself. It's your business. I don't interfere in people's lifestyle choices. That is your business. Anything as long as you're not breaking the law, anything you like, you can do. As long as we hand over Biafra land to Chukwu Abiyama. APC will turn the zoo into a one-party state according to Balarabe Musa. Second Republic Governor of Kaduna State, Alhaji Balarabe Musa, has forecasted that the ongoing mass exodus of politicians from the PDP to the APC may end up turning the zoo into a one-party state. The elder statesman said a few days ago that especially now, after the governorship and state house of assembly elections, the APC will oust PDP from the political podium. He said, what is happening is democratic and it is inevitable. If you take into account the way the APC emerged, almost right from the beginning, the APC was 70% of PDP defectors. This practice even started before the APC was formed. Now you are heading for a one-party state, a one Sharia state, one Sharia zoological republic of Nigeria, a place of Boko Haram. Very sad indeed. 4 persons, including an NYSC member on Wednesday, died in a motor accident on Yola Gombe Road. Mr. Kuteb Galadima, the sector commander, Federal Road Safety Commission in Gombe, confirmed the crash, saying that 12 others were injured. Galadima told the news agency of the zoo that the accident involved a Toyota bus marked JAL 301XA belonging to Taraba Transport Company. He said that the bus left Jalingo and was heading to Kanu. He said that the manifest in the vehicle showed that the accident occurred around 1:50 p.m. and identified speeding as the cause. He explained that the driver lost control, veered into the bush and hit a tree, and people died. Welcome to the zoo. We continue. French television network TV5 Monde, which is TV5 World, Monde means world, was forced to broadcast only pre-recorded programs on Thursday after an unprecedented hack by self-proclaimed ISIS militants who also hijacked its websites and social networks. The Paris-based company, whose programs are broadcast in more than 200 countries worldwide, was the target of a cyber attack that is unprecedented for us and unprecedented in the history of television, according to the boss, Yves Bigot. He told the Associated French Press, AFP. Since 5 a.m., we have only been able to put out a single program on all our channels. For the moment, we are unable to produce our own programs. We won't be back up until 2 p.m., according to the chief of operations at this very TV station, Mr. Bigot. The hackers took control of the station and its social media operations late on Wednesday, blacking out the TV channels and posting documents on its Facebook page, purporting to be the identity cards and CVs of relatives of French soldiers involved in anti-IS operations, along with threats against the troops. Welcome to the world of Barack Obama. Obama is in charge. ISIS can do as they wish. Police killed more black Americans last year than terrorists did on 9/11. While we are still reeling from the recent released footage of unarmed African-American Walter Scott being shot by police officer Michael Slager in South Carolina, it's important to keep police brutality in the spotlight even after the press dies down. Americans, especially black Americans, are killed by police year-round, and the statistics or the figures are quite startling. Although it's hard to pinpoint exactly how many African Americans are killed by cops each year, several sources have referred to killed by police.net. That's oh Lord God. We started collecting data on police shootings in 2013 and includes information on race and gender. According to this very website, killedbypolice.com, there are 2014 data. 238 black Americans were killed by police, which is probably lower than the true number, as not every story about a police-related death records gender and race. In fact, it was recently found that police killed twice as many people than the U.S. government reports. Hey, blacks are in trouble in America, you know. Why can't they support us to get Biafra so they can come home and rest? Where nobody will harass them. Where you can drive any car you like in Biafra land. Why are you in America where they're killing you, strangling you every blessed day? It's not very fair, you know. In a year, 200 and... I don't even know why why do you struggle when they arrest you? They are looking for a way to kill you and you're struggling. Shouting. There's no need for it. Keep calm and educate them and they'll leave you alone. The wife of Ekiti State Governor, Mrs. Faye Sheton Fayose, on Thursday condemned the act of dumping babies on refuse heaps. Where else can you dump them? A country without conscience. A people filled with evil. A newborn baby that did not ask to be born. You give birth to the child, you can't dump the child on a refuse bin. Terrible. Very, very terrible. Those mothers in the habit of abandoning their responsibilities to their children or babies are incurring the wrath of God, not the wrath of the government, because the money that is meant to look after the babies, your husband have taken it. Your husband took all the money and is in a Swiss bank account somewhere. So the wrath of God will be with you, Mrs. Governor, not with the mother who is so poor and wretched that they cannot feed newborn babies. And talking about babies, the Orekoya family in Lawansin Road, Lagos, says that they have lost 3 of their children. They employed a nanny on March the 7th, and the nanny came and disappeared with their 3 children a day after she was employed. The names of the missing children are Ade Romola, 11 months, Adeda Mola, 4 years old, and Demola, 6 years old. The nanny is Mary Akinloye, a 23-year-old indigenous of Ibadan, was said to have been contacted via OLX, an online sales portal. They are calling you favor. You're looking for somebody to take care of your kids, you go online in a fraudulent country. I feel sorry for the kids. I feel sorry for them. I hate when harm comes upon children, regardless of their background or ethnicity. I don't like it. That is why children will be key in Biafra land. My only request, please, is that children should be well taken care of in Biafra land. Their education should be funded by the state. Their school uniform provided. If you live within a walking distance, you walk to school. If your school is far away, you'll be conveyed to school free of charge. Everything you have. If other kids around the world are playing with iPad, every child will play with iPad. If you like, let your father be somebody, a pawan tapper, or somebody that is a bicycle repairer. It doesn't matter. Every child will get the same upstart. Every child. Not some people's children that are in private schools having fun. Others are suffering. That is rubbish. In Biafra land, we will fund education very well. Every child will have the same start in life. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we're direct, and now our lines are open. Has the barrister come to us today at home? The very eminent barrister. Has barrister come to us today? In the morning only, not now. Barrister, you are at liberty to join us, please. You are at liberty to join us. Our lines are now open. If you call us, we will, of course, take your call. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and the time here now is exactly 28 minutes past 9 p.m. in the evening. We are broadcasting live to the rest of humanity. We are live and we are direct. If you call us, we will be at liberty to take your call. And I think our Skype somehow is working. I have seen it ringing, and I hope it continues to ring. Please. And our Skype name is Radio Biafra. All one word, Radio Biafra. If you're listening to us, please via CHK 97.6, endeavor to tell your neighbors, tell those around you to please come out and participate and be part of what we are doing here. Biafra belongs to everybody. It belongs to everybody. And once again, I did promise to remind you of the number to call, and that is exactly what I am going to do. To tell you the number to call, and that very number is 081-738-13596. 081-738-13596. People are calling us left, right, and center already. Has the barrister come to me? The very eminent barrister and attorney at law. Those of you calling, I will urge you to please try and keep calling us until you get through, please. The barrister is here with me, not in person, but over the phone. Barrister, can you hear me?
Director.
Yes, barrister.
Director, good evening.
Good evening.
Director, thanks for the news. The news today is very full, too full. However, I'll pick one corner. Director, let me go straight to the decolonization of our people. South Africa started it. South Africa felt the impact of racism and colonialism. They felt it brilliantly so well. They could not have believed they could meet such obstacles, especially people from the what is this warrior section?
Is it Zulu? Zulu.
I thought the Zulus felt that particular arm of the English people and those who started the apartheid. They suffered immensely and they did their best. Fine. So, decolonization has started in Africa. Quite rightly. Director, did you know that some people, when you say West Indies, they are asking, are Jamaicans have anything to do with Indians? And I said, no. These are names given by colonial master. For a black man to answer West Indian, and we have nothing to do with India. Call them Jamaica.
Yes, it's because barrister.
These are our people.
Of course, they are. Barrister is because when they were trying to, Columbus, he was trying to get to India. So he was, if you travel east through either Cape of the Cape of Good Hope, which is the Cape in South Africa at the tip of Africa, or you go through the Suez Canal, but in Suez Canal rather. In those days, they will navigate from Portugal because they were the original seafarers, Portuguese. They will navigate around Africa and then go to East Indies because they are traveling east towards chasing the sun, where the sun comes from east. So they became East Indies, India. So by the time Columbus came and traveled to the right, which was west, the first people he encountered, he thought he had actually come to India. Because of the limitations of their map, he referred to them as West Indies. The other one is the East, this one is the West. Please go ahead.
Director, that was the story. And you know your history brilliantly well. As you started telling us how Biafra, Nigerian war started. You did not miss anything. It was absolute. As it was written, and those who were witnesses. Director, our people suffered a lot, especially in Africa. The areas covered by Islam did not suffer as much because Islam was slave trading even at the biblical era. They started slave trading long time even before the advent of the British people into this particular trade. Now, you mentioned Southern Rhodesia, which Mugabe changed. We had this little debate yesterday. I know you see where you are, where I am. Fine. But I'll tell you this. Mugabe has not yet somebody to replace him. If Mugabe is moved out of where he is, become another country like Iraq, another country like Egypt, because everywhere will be disastrous, because they have weakened the pillar that is holding the mantle. Where our people are holding on, they do their best to remove them. And then once they remove them, that particular gap becomes porous. And those who are after you will help you to destroy your country. As you have seen, evidence is all around you. See, this is why, as much as I accept that dictatorship is no good. But then again, where there is disadvantage, there are many more advantages beneath this particular advantage. And in reality, Director, these are the facts, and they are panning out gradually before us. Since we started Radio Biafra, we have acquired more knowledge than ever had, because Radio Biafra do not only teach, we also learn. As you will always accept, no man is an island.
Of course,
we don't profess to know much. We don't profess to know all of it. We don't profess to know everything. The little one we know, we give to our people, and we also learn from them. That is what Biafra does. And the amount of knowledge acquired within this short period of time is enormous. And we give it on a daily basis. Look at the issue. These particular children that were stolen will never be found again. That is the end of it. They will use their hearts and use their liver into conversion to treating those who are dying and want to resuscitate them and let them carry on. But the ones that are free will die. I've never heard that anybody is missing in this and they were discovered. Impossible. But this is what is in the zoo. Whatever Victorian name given to them in the zoo, they haven't got to do with us. But the one in Igbo, we will decolonize all those who will be come to stand. Because our mission here is to take back our pride. Nothing else. Freedom. That's all we need. We have even and undiscovered resources beneath Biafra land. There is no gain, say what I'm saying here. Because we know the federal land was built for Chukwuabiama. All we believe in what we preach here, live and let live. Is it technology? We got it. Is it intelligence? It's with us. Is it practicality? That's stuff we cannot do, Director. But the fact is,
we are complete. We are complete, Barrister. We are complete. We
are, Director. We are executively complete. All that remains is for us to gather our people together. Now, this group came out now to sing a song that we're singing here. What you get in the act of cowardice? People will play with you. They'll throw you up and down. Now, this group, whatever their name is, are standing up to these particular challenges. That over or whatever it is, other people, don't close your shops and come out. A country. Our people are up. You all are listening. Things that are not obtainable anywhere is obtainable in the zoo, because Islam wants to run everybody down. And we are trying so that we don't die, but we are dying anyway. Why not challenge? Take what belongs to you. Then in the midst of take what belongs to you, if you die, you know you've established something. I've said it here before. Any day I do not achieve something, I ask myself, what have I done today? Coming back from the court is not enough. What else have I done? Is there anywhere I have done anything to help mankind? Our people, we cannot stop. Ceaselessly, we keep telling them, re-educating them. Why do you think Malcolm X answer X? He said he will not take the name given to him by slave master. His name is X. It's the same Malcolm X that says, if you are educating black people, you take it easy, because they won't take it at one time. And that's what we're doing here. Look at America. Look at how many number of people killed, so are suffocated in the custody rooms. You know what they told you that we know? You know the same thing they said 3 point something million of Biafran died, shot and fatalities. We know the real number. 6 points. That's what died during the Nigerian Biafra war. But all that was purported and told us was 3 points. They always squeeze, give you a consultative estimate so as to believe what they're telling you. South Africans, I said, kudos to them because they have started a decolonization. You cannot hold people to ransom and you will not let them to free themselves. And if you're not looking after them, this morning, the director was saying, somebody from Lagos sent me how our people are suffering in South Africa. I have a video. Well, what can I do until Biafra arrives or really arrive? But we have to keep preaching. The more we say, the more and more people understand because this argument, director, we have already won it. We have won it because all we're doing here is in the truth, nothing else.
Of course.
Our children are not thought about what happened to the Nigerian Biafra war. It's not in any syllabus. They don't know. And who are we? So how to Boko Haram? Only educated people that do not know their front and their back. AFC. That's what our people will be. Excuse me. Director, what we are doing here is ordained. And God has already blessed us immensely. We have people. It's just to get them out wherever they are hiding. But those who are already in, we are locked in. Nobody will breach or branch out. We are locked in. We keep getting our people to understand that it's just for their own betterment. Nothing else. Because the Hausas want to kill you, Islamize you, if at all they're Islamizing. Just occupy your land. And who are we killing? We are busy doing our own little businesses, trading for one place to another, just to sustain ourselves and our families. What wrong have we done? Director, good evening to you, and I wish all Biafrans, wherever they are, good evening to all of you. Bless all of us.
Thank you very much. You say thank you, Barrister, and well spoken as always. Thank you very, very much for that. We are live and we are direct, and people are waiting to speak, and they must do so. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, Director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, please. Your name and where you are.
My name is Obot Nzubeta. I'm calling from Owerri.
I know Owerri is not working.
Yes, for the past few days now, people are worried.
They shouldn't be because it will work tomorrow. We have done everything possible. Everything is intact. I was on their case today, and they told me tomorrow, definite, it will be up and running tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for that. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. Wherever you are, if you call us, we will, of course, take your call. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good evening, Director.
Good evening, please. Your name and where you are.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu from Aba.
From Aba. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
All right, sir. I heard the whole story, and I was just looking at the internet, seeing how Biafran war was taken and all that. So the thing just touched my heart. I feel like to cry and all that. But the deal has been done, and I heard what they are telling our Igbo brothers in Lagos. And what I have to tell them is, please, my brothers, it's better. You have heard it a long time ago, when our Lieutenant Colonel Diku said that we should look at what we are doing in another man's land. So, I mean, we have seen it all. So all we have to do is, he said that if we didn't vote, that he will kill all of us. So what we are going to do is just bring down your voter's card, burn it off, break it, and forget about the zoo, because we have nothing in common, and come back. Let's plan on how we'll go forward and march forward and bring back our homeland, which is Biafra. So, my director, my name is Nabiku.
Yes, go ahead.
Thinking about
the line is very bad today. I don't know why. I'm sorry about that. We had to disconnect you. The caller on the other line, can you hear me?
Director.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Owowo Etimasarame, calling from Owerri.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Director, there is a ringing tune that normally sounds from this thing whenever I call. I don't like the ringing tune. I thought if you can put one of those, if we can customize one of those songs you normally play for the background of this thing for us, I would be very appreciative.
Do you want it? You like the song?
The song you normally play whenever you can even use national anthem, Biafran national anthem, it's better than this song that normally come as a ringing tune, caller tune. I mean.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I understand. Can we do that? Is it possible to use Biafran national anthem as the caller tune? So if they call it to be ring, it to be. Is that possible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we tried it and they said no, didn't we?
Right,
we tried to give it to them and they said no. Yes, I remember now. They said no.
All right.
Thank you very much for that anyway. So we cannot customize our own and put there and people can just download it? Oh no, but when they ring us, you can't. Okay. Because I wanted to pay 15 naira every week. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? We are live, we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra.
Wait, my name is Eneli Madavchi, calling from Abia State.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. We are in Abia State. Are you in Aba? Where are you? You said Abia State. Abia State is too big. Where are you?
Sorry, I'm calling from Umode in Ariaria, Bakasi.
Axis. Thank you very much. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Director, I want to comment on this Biafran issue. Though it is only those that have not been to this northern side that I don't know what we Igbo are passing through. I was born at Enugu and I grew up at this outer state. Though they gave me a name that's outer state, so my name they gave me there was Alheri. Alheri in that outer means goodness. But to me, I study everything in that outer land. But despite everything I did there, I lost my brother, my immediate brother to them. So they were kind of going to police. That is my uncle going to police. But to tell you today, there was nothing that the police did concerning the death of my brother that was killed by an outer man. So what I'm saying concerning this Biafra is that... Hold on.
Who killed your brother?
Outer man, because of 15 hours, he was holding him 15 hours, so he went to collect the 15 hours from him. They now use that and he died immediately. So we reported to the police. Police said that they will do this thing, they will take the case to court. But today, there was nothing like taking the case to court. So the police released the man that killed him. So because we don't have anybody.
Hold on. We want to get. Did your brother go to steal and they killed him? What happened?
No, we have a shop at Kanu.
Yes.
So a man came to buy this thing, cigarette.
Yes.
So after buying the cigarette, he said he don't have the money to pay that. He's coming back to pay for the money. So for his coming back, he did not come back again. So my brother went to him to collect that 15 naira from him. The next thing he did, he used those seeds that they use in training cows.
Oh my God.
Hello?
Yes, we are listening. Go ahead.
So they now use that seed that they used in training cow and hit him. He died immediately. Before reaching to the hospital, he was dead. So we now reported to the police. But the police arrested him and they said they will charge him to court. But today the court did not even say anything. They did not even take the man to any court because he's been an outer man. There's nobody to stand. So what I'm talking about is Biafra. I'm happy of hearing this Biafra. Though people at Bakati, most of them don't even believe in Biafra. When you are talking of Biafra, they will be telling you that other people did things concerning Biafra, but they did not achieve it. Are you the one that will do it? Say Wazirike came and he took all the whole money away, and you are not coming to preach about Biafra. That when your pocket is full, you now decide like Wazirike. So what I'm saying is this: since you are calling Chukwuabiama, I believe that Chukwuabiama is not a name that someone will just wake up and be calling it like that. So we need to give respect, and I believe that yes, since you are calling Chukwuabiama, you are not like Wazirike or any other person. So every day I listen to Radio Biafra, and I want to use this opportunity to call my friends also listen to this Radio Biafra. Biafra. Their names are Uchenna Moses Uchenna Organze, and especially there's a man called Oga Obi. So Ada Bakati, for them to also put hope and believe, also continue to pray that this Biafra is something that will come to pass in evil land. We must be free.
He said, the brother was killed. Some people do not believe because of what's Rike. The same person all over again. The same person keep popping up like a sore thumb in a short while. This is Radio Biafra. What can we do? But only continue to do what we have come to do. And that is to serve this very country in truth and honesty. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Your name and where you are.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, my name is Eke. I'm calling from Imo State, Owerri.
Raise your voice. Your voice is too low. You're talking like a woman. Raise your voice like a man.
My name is Eke. My name is Eke. I'm calling from Imo State, Owerri.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Sir, please, since 3 days now we haven't been listening to your station. Our own station here has problems. So since 3 days now, I couldn't get you people.
But we are coming back. I said we'll come back tomorrow. I thought they would have finished it today, but it wasn't possible. But tomorrow it will be returned tomorrow. You will be back on CHK 97.6 by tomorrow. You will be.
Okay, sir, because I used to love listening to our Radio Biafra, sir.
Tomorrow it will be back. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you. God bless you for what you are doing for us, sir.
And you too. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. We are live and we are direct and we are in Biafra land. People not listening are complaining. Those of them listening are struggling to get through. The caller on the phone. Yes, thank you.
Yes, for 2 or 3 days now, we have not been receiving you on.
We know. By tomorrow, I said, I don't know how to announce because they're not listening. Everybody will be calling anyway. By tomorrow, Owerri will be back on. By tomorrow, I have been assured. By tomorrow, we'll be back in Owerri to make sure that we stop the election from happening on Saturday. We will be back on air tomorrow.
Honestly, because we have missed your voice, we have missed the lecture, we have missed everything. Honestly, please.
By tomorrow, we'll be back. I can assure you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you very much and good night to you. Thank you very, very much. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, sir. My director.
Good evening.
My name is Chuku Chijoke. I'm calling from Mala. I'm from Enugu State.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
I'm so much happy for Biafra. Last time I called you when I was out in Obu local government. I called you when I get Radio Biafra via satellite. Even if everybody was very much happy to get that. But director, and one thing I want to give you, though I send you through the message, but I don't think whether you get it. That is application to help you to know people that are calling you. Because most of them will pretend that they are good Biafran, but you don't know they are sabotage. So, but that application will help to know who is calling you. So please, I would like you to contact me. I don't want to mention the name of the application here.
What will it do? What does this application do? What does it do?
The application works this way. When somebody calling you and giving you fake name, it will show the real name of the person, the detail about the person. So I don't want to mention the application.
My goodness.
I'm a full Biafran, so much. And even if that day I get the number from London, I need to tell the number immediately and give me Radio Biafra. Even if the number you gave out on air, I go there and tell the number he gave coordinator in Aba, coordinator in Owerri. So I get the real name. Even if the time he released the number from one VC from Anambra, immediately I track the number and get the full detail of the man. So I want you to use this thing to know the people that calling you so that we know how to handle those people in terms of security. Though I'm not a hacker, but I am security expert. So I want you to work for Biafra. Now, one of my friends I would like to introduce here, his name is Desmond. He's another guy, and the guy is too much, so we can work together to make sure that we get Biafra in any angle.
That's
Thank
very
you,
good.
sir. This is my number.
Thank you.
Sir.
It's noted. What's your name
Thank
again?
You,
what's your name?
Shuku Innocent.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for that. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Chukwu Innocent, thank you very much. Or Chijioke. Chijioke is better. Chijioke is far more better than Innocent. This is Radio Biafra. You can hear it happening here. People are volunteering from all walks of life, and I love that. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Hello? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I said if I hear any noise on the background, I will disconnect you. Once I get any noise from the background, I will cut you off. I have no time to waste. If you're calling us, turn your system off even before you call. Any noise, I cut it off immediately. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, Director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name and where you are.
My name is Ekachichi.
And where are you calling from?
From Aba.
Thank you.
Mweze.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. We praise Chukwu Abiyama.
Too much.
Thank you. Ise.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? What is happening with this line? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Exactly. So the line is actually active. When the call is terminated, it goes active. Let's see. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You should speak up when you call us. I love men to speak like men, women like women. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I do, sir.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Ikemba. I'm from
Ikemba. Who? What is your name? Your full name?
My name is Chinolo Chukunirolum. I'm from Imo State.
Thank you. Go ahead. Which part of Imo State is that? Exactly. If you don't know how to say your name, we don't answer nicknames here. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah. Good evening, sir, Director.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Innocent. Well, I'm calling from Bo.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Director, there's something I've been hearing on radio for the past 3-4 days now about this Oba of Lagos. How can a thinking people start correcting people, the cowarders? And when I was listening to this man's voice, after all his threats, the foolish has so-called Ohaneze and whatever they may be, start saying, Kabiesi. The problem is that there was a time I told you in this program that if I have my way, I will poison all these so-called Ohaneze. I will throw bomb at them and all of them will perish. This is the contrast of so-called Hausa and Yoruba blood that brought to Igbo land. So we will start to fanatize this useless old food that's sabotaging efforts of Biafra one way or the other. In other words, what I'm trying to pour out here is this. The time has come. Biafra, through you, is way. Yeah, a lot of people have played game through it. But I think you are different. And God has sent you. Because when I remember, I have two people in my family that went to this war, never came back. Would that make me to relent? No. I think I hold them that credit. And I think the only way I can pay them back is to fight and get this thing. So whatever they are, the spirit will rest and be happy with me.
Of course.
So what I'm saying is, these so-called Yoruba people of it, I was hearing what Yoruba man was saying that we kill 3 million Igbo, do not match. If you match, we kill you again. We give the Ojuku, what's this, any kind of the this and that and that and whatever rant nonsense that guy was making. I was laughing at him. You know, that was the one there. I was arguing with them. This so-called Yoruba, so they were telling me that they did it before and they will do it again. I said, what make you think you can do it again? They say, what they've done before, they will do it again. I said, okay.
But hold on. They did not do anything before. The war was turning against them until the British came in. The British connived with other people because this is their estate. They said, don't help out. We want to enforce air, land, and sea blockade. They denied us food. They denied us arms, everything. Whereas Egyptian pilots were flying for them. Russians supplied MiG fighters and bombers. Britain was giving arms and money to go on. So the whole world, Biafra was the third world war. The whole world was against us. And we fought it. We can't fight Yoruba. We will destroy Yoruba within a matter of weeks. Who is Yoruba?
Yeah.
Who is Yoruba, I ask?
That's what I ask them. Thinking people that doesn't know the doesn't bow. That is thinking people. You have to see this. I have lived with many of them. So what I'm saying here is this. You know, after all things, was saying that the money what we make today, after everything they give us 20 pounds. It's our money Awolowo use and give them free education. It's our money that make Awolowo what it becomes today. Afterwards, it was written in the China Shade books. That was the country. China Shade write this story down. So I commented this book on them. I said they should go and read that book. That was the country. Yoruba has become what they become today because of millions of pounds for the Biafrans in the Nigerian bank before the war. I want to see everything that belongs to Biafran. So I was giving them a serious story. We nearly fought. I say I'm ready to die with you people here. Anybody among you people, I will kill all of you before I can even try to do one. I've killed more than 10 of you here. So my dear director, I think whenever I see you my heart is bleeding. My heart is bleeding. I really wet. I crying that you have God sent, and God have sent you to do your work, and you are doing it with that regardless of whosoever the coward that wrote Okorocha and so forth. I think some of them are jubilating with Buhari victims. They will see who Buhari is. I do to them. They will see the man. The terrorists will show them his color. His true color will still show it to them. So my director, keep on your work you're doing. May God protect and guide you. And the fellow Biafran in anywhere they are. The Chukwuemeka continue to protect and guide you. Thank you. I remain blessed.
Thank you very much. And you too remain blessed. This is Radio Biafra. We are live. We are direct. And Chukwu Abiyama in heaven watches over our proceedings. Some people may not like how we do things and where we do it. Quite frankly, we don't give a toss. We don't give a damn what you think. We don't give a damn. We continue. This is where we have gotten to. Do you think we got to this place today by giving a toss about what people think by the side? Simple as that. Or else you shut up, sit down and watch what is going to. Go and take a front row seat if you like, get a 3D glass and watch Biafra unfold before you, piece by piece. You will be paralyzed and then swallowed whole. Simple as that. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, good evening, sir.
Good evening. You remember where you are, please?
Yeah, this is Nnamdi Kanu calling from Aba.
Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. Director, I really thank you. And I really thank you for what you're doing for the Biafrans. In fact, I was actually lying down on my bed listening to you when you give a history about Biafrans, how they are being killed in the north before the Civil War. Is a mind-blowing story. And is a story that any Biafra would hear. He would like to go in and come out and wait for our Fulani and begin to deal with them. When you look at all, you find out that we, the Biafrans, we believe so much in the so-called Zoological Republic of Nigeria. But the people we are running towards don't love us. Yet, our people kept going to meet them. Director, I call Radio Biafra, Biafra Awakening, because I believe that Chukwu Abiyama will bring what is called revolution in our land. Because since we began to hear your voice, all of us are now awake. Like this morning, I met a man who told me something. He said, my brother, this director is a God sent. He opened our eyes to know that we are being so long in bondage in this country. And he told me, whenever I hear his voice, my heart longs for revenge. I told him, listen to me. If your heart is calling for revenge, prepare yourself. Because God wants to use it. Chukwu Abiyama wants to use it in this time. And director, I want to say something about the stupid Yoruba boy that kept calling. I know so much you believe in the freedom of speech, but I don't want an airtime to be given to him to speak. Number one, that guy is an illiterate. He's not well and duly informed, because all his stories and all the history he think he had are being taught by all these illiterate professors in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. When he now articulates, he will come and start talking rubbish here. Number one, he's a coward. He cannot withstand you to teach him. As a professor lecturer you are, number one. Number two, sir, that idiot felt we are here to play. And he never knew that the Biafrans have actually awoken. We don't want to hear his voice again. Let him sit quietly and watch you, a man who sat and read well, to educate him. Number three, sir, there is something I want to say about the Britain. We knew right from time, but we are only seeking for a voice to speak now. The Britain, everybody knows them as long-throat, clothes-tony people. They know how to play black games. In fact, let me call it white games. They know how to play. When they do this, they take this one, they take this one, they do that. They are not stressful. Everybody knows them, that they are lazy. So the only way they can come into Nigeria and steal our blood liquid gold is to give more power to this Hausa Fulani to deal with people who already know what they knew. So that is the reason why they are playing this game. But, Director, I thank God for somebody like you, who God has taken time to nurture and to bring you back into Biafra land to wake us up. Director, we are all listening and we are waiting at the appointed time when you will say, oh yeah, we will act. So we are solely behind you. You have our support full time. And we will never allow your head to fall. Keep educating us. Because there are a lot of things I begin to learn from you. My father did not tell me. But from you now, I begin to learn. Because I have lived in North. I have lived in Lagos. Yoruba has never liked us. Hausa has never liked us. And to us, to ourselves, we don't love ourselves. But now, your teaching is trying right now to unite every Biafran. People are beginning to know their mistake and begin to correct themselves. That is the work that Chukwu Abiyama has sent you to do. My director, I am giving you upper hand. Continue, we are praying for you. Nothing will happen to you, sir. Because I call this program and this vision, Biafrans Awakening. We are awake. We are awake. Go everywhere in Aba. Everybody is discussing about Biafra Radio. At the end of the day, people will say, actually, the man is saying the truth, but what shall we do? But I kept telling them, hold on, just a little while, the Biafran shall be free. I don't care what Nigerian government is thinking about us. I don't care the plan they have on the ground. But I believe at the end of the day, the truth will stand. And that is what is happening today. So, Director, I want to use the opportunity to also thank the barrister friend I love him so much when I hear his voice, and I love you also when I hear your voice. And I also want to thank those young folks over there that is helping you to put these programs together. Director, when God keep blessing us, I think we'll begin to contribute to this to make sure this voice remains on the air. And God will give you a good health so that you will be able to keep talking, because it's not easy, sir. It's not easy. It's not easy. I pray for you. May God give you the strength. Whenever I hear your voice, I see Ojuku complete in you. Even one that is greater than Ojuku. People is waking up. Director, your work is not in vain. People is waking up. You know, there's something you said one time, I begin to imagine. You said, when you come to Biafra Radio, your eyes will be open. You'll begin to see people in Zoliku Republic of Nigeria. You begin to see monkeys and baboons. It's true. It's true.
Of course it's true.
After you listen to Radio Biafra, when you begin to hear Zoliku Republic news and begin to see people wandering around, you begin to see monkeys. It's true. Because the skill is falling off our eyes. And I believe that with time, our people will stand the revolution themselves. I support you fully. We will have victory over our enemies. Because this Nigeria's Zoliku Republic is simply company. It's company where Hausa, Fulani, and Yorubas come to do their fraud. Yorubas are lazy. Hausas are lazy. They don't work hard like us. They don't work hard like us. They don't think like us. Fraud. Go to West. Yorubas are busy doing party every weekend. Go to North. Hausas are busy depending on one man to feed them. They are lazy. We Biafrans, we are not lazy. We want our own country where we can show our pride. Another name for an Igbo man is pride. So we want a country where we can show what God has given to us. And the Britons know that if opportunity is given to us, we'll be like, there will be more than them. So they knew. If a Briton man can stand and say to us that Igbo man started democracy in his own little way, imagine, sir, you could see. They knew that if he allowed us, we will be bigger than China. So they have seen these things. They have seen these things. But I believe that Chukwuemeka will bring us to our land of hope, to our land of merriment. And you will live, and you will live, and you will live, and you will live. Celebrate with your people. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. And this is Radio Biafra. Aba is on fire. And I'm not surprised. Aba is on fire because that is where the first revolution, very first revolution against the rule of white people in Africa started from, in Aba. The very first uprising against European colonialists started in Aba. We are the first, Ndembo, when it comes to tackling injustice head on. That is how formidable we are. And it is no surprise, therefore, that those women came from Aba. And they gave birth to children. Their children, married women, married husbands, gave birth to children. That blood is still there. The same bloodline that said no to, tyranny is still in Aba till tomorrow morning. That's what they call the Menyimba. Till tomorrow morning. And when the time comes, Aba will march with us. I'm sure they will. Aba will come with us. No doubt about that. Ihe niile anyị na-eme ebe bụ ozi ọma Chineke ka anyị na-agbasa ebe a. N'ime mmụọ na eziokwu. In spirit and in truth. Of what need? I don't know. Sometimes people try to compare us with them, the way they behave. We are not the same. And can never be the same. That is something you ought to know. We are markedly different. Ordained by heaven to preach this gospel on earth. Our lines have even crashed. This one is crashed. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Oh, Bishop, you see. Bishop, you want.
Bishop?
Bishop, you want.
And
for the last time.
Yes. Please go ahead.
That I don't like it too much. No, no looking anymore too much. You can no Ojuku. Other than the street of Ojuku Hanimegi. Kini Kuku. Iwanya ndị Igbo ji na-ahụ nsogbu a. Ọnwụ na ọbụ oge ndị Igbo daga n'oké osimiri. Na ahụtara m na ndị Igbo ekpe mana asị Chineke onye pụrụ ihe niile. Onye na-adị ndụ. Chineke nke Abraham, Chineke nke Isaac, kpuchie gị n'iru, kpuchie gị n'azụ.
Ise.
Kpuchie gị n'aka ya, kpuchie gị n'aka ya. Mmadụ ọbụla ga-ebigide gị. Chineke tiji aka.
Ise.
Ụkwụ ọbụla nke ga-eji ije megide gị. Ụkwụ ahụ ga-ada ngwọrọ. Anya ọbụla bụ anya mmadụ ọbụla nke ga-ele anya gị ka ọjọọ. Anya ha ga-ekpisi.
Ise.
Asị gị jisi ike. Mgbe o ruru, aga m apụta. Ọ ihe m ga-ezi Nigeria.
I know you will.
Nye Chineke eri m. Na ebire na 10 years ma ọlite ọha. Ana nwa m nwoke bidoro 10 years ma ọlite ọha. Bụ bịara na Bible school. Chọọchị m dị n'Aba. Abụ onye m Bitoli. N'ihe nke a. Ịnọ m obi Telegram Army Biafra. Ma n'ikpeazụ ọ ngafe ọnwụ isi Chineke. Time erugo. Ugbu ka time erugo. Iwu Joshua atụrụ ụjọ ọbụla.
Never.
Ọnwụ ihe kwesị ga-eme gị. Nwe ihe kwesị taa. Ede nwee power.
No retreat.
Ede nwee power. I mean it. Ede nwee ikike ọbụla n'ebe nọ.
Never.
N'ihi na eji aka ọcha Chineke dị ndụ na-arụ ọrụ a. Iwu Chineke nwụrụ anwụ na-arụ ọrụ a. Ejikwa ihe atụrụ atọ na-arụ ọrụ a. Ọ bụ Jehova.
Sọsọ.
Bụ Chineke nke Abraham.
Sọsọ.
Chineke nke Isaac.
Only Chukwu abịa.
Chineke nke Jacob. Chineke nke ụmụ Israel. Ọchịchị ọgwụ ike gị atụrụ ụjọ ọbụla Chineke nyere gị. Ọ ga-adịrị gị mma n'ehihie, ọ ga-adịrị gị mma n'abalị.
Ise. Ma gị onwe gị. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, my brother. Thank you. Chukwu abịa ma gọzie gị n'ezinụlọ gị niile. Ka ị na-aga ọfọ ndụ ka ndụ ga-adịrị gị. You're a kind man. We continue to do this very work, that heaven's name may be praised and not man. Every honor and every glory goes to Chukwu Abiyama, not to man. I did not send myself on an errand. Chukwu Abiyama sent me. That is why every honor goes to him. We don't go to commune with the dead. We don't engage in sorcery. Only Chukwu Abiyama. Nothing else. That is the trick. The knowledge of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama. Ine feyo fufe ina boya haya Chukwu okike Abiyama in full. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you, Director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear brother. Your name and where you are, if you may, please.
Anechi Debere from Eva Valley, Enugu.
Eva Valley, thank you very much. The world is listening, including Barack Obama, that wants man to marry man. Go ahead.
Whether he likes it or not, he must be listening.
Of course.
Please, Director, I hear somebody calling you, telling you that he had a software to give you or something like that.
Yes.
Please, I don't know if you know so much about the software issue or something like that. But what I wanted to tell you is this. Please do not touch any software from anybody except you are very, very sure of who the person is.
Yes.
I think you are getting me.
Live and direct.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that any software given to you from by anybody might pinpoint your exact location.
I know.
So that is what I'm just listening, and I hear the news, so I decided to call you.
You did well.
Do not touch anything that is not from your core member. I know your system also or your phones are configured, so do not touch anything that is outside the main configuration you are using.
That is correct. You are abundantly right.
So that is the main thing I call you. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. And I want to prove also, and I won't even mention the person given. I have a telephone number here that has been given to me to call somebody. Do you know who this person is? I have been given the telephone number, and of course, of a surviving member of the group of people that went and released Israeli hostages in Uganda. One of the commandos. They said I should call him, and I will. Everybody listens to Radio Biafra. When I told you that you won't believe me. Now that we have mentioned what they have done, they have come out. One of those that fought with Netanyahu at Entebbe airport, one of the Israeli commandos, the number is here. When the time comes, this zoo will fall. I want us to fight a type of freedom fighting. I said I will burn this place down. And it will be done. The history that gave birth, or the activities that gave birth to or that I won't say gave birth, because Biafra has been here. How can you give birth to something that is 5,000 years old? The activities that will lead to the restoration of this holy land that Chukwu Abiyama made will be studied and analyzed for centuries to come. Do you know why I say it? I want our enemies to make it difficult for us to get Biafra. I don't want to sneak by the back door. We are telling them, make it as hard as you can make it for us to be. And then we'll prevail. Even you that is stopping us, at the end of the day, you will be asking us, this your God, Chukwu Abiyama, who is he? And I was now and that is his name. Chi Kachasi Chininelu. The beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, the author and the finisher. Everything that we are. That is why we do what we do. That is why we know that heaven will come down to this very earth, in this very land. Aligning on here. There is nothing man can do about it. So Ojukwu was right. Ojukwu said, and I will paraphrase him, there is no force on earth that can stop Biafra. He was not talking about 67 to 70. He was talking about now, this period, 2015. That was what he meant. Because he was a man that was seeing things that were about to happen before it happens. But some idiots thought, Kosi to John. You know, they are so daft. Why is it that everybody remembers Moses all the time? The same way we remember Ojukwu all the time. Why? Did Moses enter the promised land? The answer is no. But you cannot write the history of Israelis or Israelites without Moses. The same thing with His Excellency. He's no longer with us. But he pointed us in the direction to go and said, nothing will destroy you as you're going. That was what he meant by no force on this earth will destroy it. Is the light back? Are you serious? I look at Commissioner Chono la village. Interesting. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and heaven is bearing us witness, because right across this very planet, people are listening. People are listening. I need the person that gave me the information to confirm, please, that I am at liberty. Of course, I won't announce the number. Why should I? And I won't. It's a delight and pleasure to speak to that very class. I don't know when it was actually. The precise date I've forgotten. That when was Idi Amin in power? Was it 74, 75, 76? I don't know the exact date. 90 Minutes at Entebbe is the name of the movie. Go and watch it. You will learn from it. Our family in Stockholm and our zonal coordinator in Stockholm that made this contact possible, we bless Chukwu Abiyama for your sake. One telephone call will get into the hearts of people that matter. One simple phone call. And I will call him tomorrow. I will be talking to a living legend tomorrow. My goodness me. The very best of the very best. The finest men ever assembled in as much as the history of Israeli Defense Force is concerned. Tomorrow I speak to one of them that went to Entebbe to go and release hostages. They understand what we are going through. They know that this fight we are fighting is what they are fighting. Some of you don't know history. When I speak about Israel the way I do, not because my father's name is Israel, rightfully so, go back to your history books. Go to Google and type in, what did the Jews in America do for Biafra? They walk silently behind the scenes. Things you cannot see. If not for them, they would have cleansed us from the face of the earth. It was our inconsistency afterwards that baffled them. That was when I went to Israel, the band. What have you come for? Are you people serious? The man told me, are you serious? Who knows when you're serious, we will know. You don't come to us, we'll come to you. When you're serious, we will come to you. Don't bother coming to us. You are doing freedom fighting and you're driving about with federal government plate number. You people I can't understand them, you know. You are a freedom fighter like Ifajuna is. He claims he is. And you're driving about with federal government of Nigeria plate number in your car. Hey, Arueme, we must continue. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and the family in Stockholm, we thank you very much from the same place. Isn't it ironic? From the same, isn't it strange how this life is? The same Stockholm, Sweden, that people rose up to lie and say it is the truth. From that same place, something as phenomenal, as colossal as this is happening. That same place. As I told our enemies, you'll be alive and we'll be swallowing you slowly. There's nothing you can do about it. That's what we'll do here. We don't even strangulate. We just swallow you whole when you're alive. Then when you're in the stomach, you will suffocate and you will die very painfully. To all enemies of Biafra, there will be no mercy. By the time we are done, Boko Haram will look like kindergarten. You know, right now we're not upset yet. Okay, now when we get angry. When we get angry and we go out on the street, the world will know that we are crazy about our country. That we can do anything for Biafra. Right now, I had just talking on the radio. Wazirike said something. He said to his followers, yeah, don't worry, don't mind them. He's a radio awasa. Today he's under retreat. I said to him, I will set an example with you. Today they are under retreat. Why? Because the truth is constant. It never stops. It keeps coming every blessed day. Our newspaper will come out and our TV will come. Then we'll delirious him. As I told him, it will happen. There, write it down on a piece of paper. He's an example for everybody else. So that you will know that our hands are clean, unblemished. Our love for our country is unsurpassed, is not quantifiable. You cannot access it. It is impossible for you to grasp the magnitude of our sense of patriotism and dedication. I don't think you can. I will sacrifice my family 10 times over so that I will get Biafra. You didn't hear what I said. I will kill my family myself if you tell me tonight that Biafra will come tomorrow. If I kill my family, some of you think we are joking. You don't know anything yet. You're about to see something very special, and then you'll know how serious we are. You think we are Igbo people? Why do you think I hate Igbos? Before I came to do Biafra, I had to hate Igbo. Do you know why? Because I don't want anything to contaminate my thinking about Biafra. That is why I said I will sacrifice my family. I had to jettison Igbo for me to be able to embrace Biafra in truth and honesty. So when I tell you we are incorruptible, be in the gega, if it's me or say we will never change. We are here preaching the same gospel. In the evening tomorrow, they say, "I'll change end." Chukwu only determines. But as long as we breathe, as long as we are alive, Biafra in the morning, Biafra in the afternoon, Biafra in the evening. Ojokoyi, we microwave it. Biafra again. Will never change. Some of you will fall by the wayside. Some of you will wither away and die out of a bit frustration, or you don't know how to do things. But for us, consistency is the key. So that you will know how serious we are. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, my director, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you are, please.
Yes. I'm still Tochiku Ogwejofo, calling from Asaba.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, my director, there is a lunatic that is always on the loose. I mean, that very Yoruba open mano boy that always call. I want to briefly comment about that boy. You see, my director, if you would agree with me, I would rather anytime you call, if there is a way you can conference the call and call people like us to measure, to square up with him. I mean, you are too reverent to be arguing with that open mano of a boy. So I would rather prefer anytime he calls. I like what you're doing by giving him a chance to speak, but I would prefer anytime he calls again, if not me, any other person that can square up with him, because I consider you highly placed to be responding to that open mano. And again, if you would permit me, if it is possible, if I can get the number of such people, I have a way and a system of identifying his exact location, where he's calling from, because I believe he's calling from a Biafran land. I have a system, a software, which I need not mention here, where I can pinpoint exactly where somebody is calling from anytime the person is making a call. So that is briefly what I want to say. My unalloyed support and allegiance to Biafra, our fatherland, and I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to strengthen us until we achieve our aim. Thank you very much, sir.
Ise, and thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Very brief, very direct, and straight to the point, of course. We are live and we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra. We have to start very early tomorrow. There is a very critical meeting I need to attend tonight. Therefore, we may have to prematurely bring our program this evening to an end. We do regret that. But something came up that I need to attend to urgently. It is a very important meeting. We shall make it up to you tomorrow morning, because normally we run for 3 hours. We have 20 more minutes to go, but I'm sure we shall make that up tomorrow morning. That is what makes us unique and very, very exceptional. Sometimes, you don't quite know what to expect. But one thing is consistent all the time. One thing you can expect from us is consistency, and that is Biafra, which we do here. Wherever you are this evening, we thank you once again for having joined us. You will reconvene with us again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. in the morning. Biafra time will be here to preach this very gospel for mankind to know. And we must do something about overseas scholars. They have been drowned out completely. We also work on that this very night. Very, very important. I thank you once again. And if you never knew before, now you know what Biafra means to us. Biafra is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship, because Chukwu Abiyama is our God, and he will guide, bless, nurture, sustain, keep each and every one of you and your families. Is a prayer we pray with every ounce of commitment and devotion. Don't take it lightly, please. That Chukwu Abiyama will preserve and keep you and your family. But more importantly, he will bless Biafra. Thank you very much for listening. And from me, from here, and on behalf of those that surround me here, good evening.
We shall always remember